Hey, welcome back to Read With Me. Today we are opening chapter 2 of The Power of Now, a chapter that whispers about something we all know too well: fear. We're about to find out where fear really comes from and how to stop letting it boss us around. Today, I want to share with you some personal lessons I got from this chapter of practicing the power of now, the origin of fear, and how I understand them in my own life. These are not just ideas I read, they are things I felt, things that touched me, things I could see in myself, and I hope that by sharing them, they might touch you too. Continuing a phrase from the book that really caught me, it goes, and if you are identified with your mind and have lost touch with the power and simplicity of the now, that anxiety gap will be your constant companion. This is where I first started noticing the personal lessons for myself, where I began to see how fear shows up in the mind, how it separates us from presence, and how returning to the now can bring peace. It reminded me of all the times I worried about the future, all the times my mind pulled me away from this moment. That gap, the space between now and what might happen, is where fear grows. But the good news is, it doesn't have to stay there. When we return to the now, we step out of that gap. We step into life as it actually is, not as our mind imagines it. The next lesson is about the ego. Tolle says, the ego is very vulnerable and insecure, and it's his nature, and despite elaborate defense mechanisms, it serves as constantly under threat. When I read that, I realized how often I let my ego drive me fear. My ego worries about being wrong, about being unseen, about losing control. It creates so many scenarios in the mind, and the body reacts as if every one of them is real. Because, as Tolle reminds us, an emotion is the body's reaction to your mind. Every time I felt my chest tighten or my stomach knot, it wasn't life attacking me. It was my own mind sending a signal that something was wrong. And all those fears, fear of loss, fear of failure, fear of being hurt, they all have the same root: the ego's fear of death, of annihilation, of disappearing. One of the most powerful lessons for me was this: if you no longer want to create pain for yourself and others, then don't create any more time, or at least no more than is necessary to deal with the practical aspects of your life. This line hit me so hard. It reminded me that so much of our suffering comes from living in the past or chasing the future. The mind is always somewhere else, and we pay the price by missing the only moment we actually have: the now. Toll says, always say yes to the present moment. And that's what I want to take as a practice: not resistance, not worry, not avoidance, just presence, acceptance, and surrender. Another lesson that stayed with me is this: time and mind are inseparable. The more you are focused on time, past, and future, the more you miss the now, the most precious thing there is. The now is the only place where life truly exists. It's the only place where healing, love, and peace can be found. Everything else, the past, the regrets, the worries, the what ifs, are illusions. Life is not somewhere else, life is now. There was never a time when your life was not now, and there never will be. So for me, the origin of fear is really about forgetting the now. It's forgetting who we are beyond the mind, beyond the ego, beyond time itself. Fear arises when we believe the mind is reality, when we forget that we are awareness itself, the stillness behind every thought, the presence in which life unfolds. Here's what I take from this chapter personally. Fear is not real outside the mind. It's a reflection of ego, attachment, and time. Returning to the now dissolves fear. Our body reacts to our mind, so being aware of our thoughts is essential. Saying yes to the present moment is a radical act of healing. Life is never in the past or future. It is always and only now. Take a breath with me. Feel your heart beat, your lungs, the rhythm of life moving through you. This is the now. This is where fear ends and peace begins. Thank you for sharing this reflection with me today, for choosing to look at fear not as something to run from, but as a doorway to presence and awakening. May you carry these lessons with you, and may the now always be your home. There is so much more wisdom tucked inside this chapter, lessons that I couldn't even cover in one episode. And that's the beauty of this book. It speaks differently to each of us, depending on where we are in our journey. I want to encourage you to read it yourself. Take your time, sit with it. Let the words speak to you in your own way. And if you feel called, come share in the comments. Tell me what lessons you discovered, what truths touch your heart, or what insights opened a new space inside you. I'd love to hear your reflections. Remember, this is not just a book to read, it's a book to experience, to practice, to let it guide you back to the now, where peace lives, where fear dissolves, and where life truly unfolds. See you in the next chapter, and if you're reading along with me, you probably already know what's coming next. So go ahead, let me know in the comments what you think it will be. I can't wait to read your thoughts. Bye!